Hello and welcome back. So glad that I can make your acquaintance once more on this particular edition of The Table Read. We do have a few meals prepared for the boys and girls of the world, so kick back, relax, and enjoy the show. Before we hop into this plate, what I have, let's just say grace. And I want to just take a moment to thank all of the OGs on this platform for your continued support. And I also want to welcome all of the newest family members to La Familia. Having said that, the first thing that I want to clock is something that happened a little while ago that really kind of threw me straight through the windshield without a seatbelt because, girl, Miss Thing was coming so far left field, it just really blew a sister's mind. Now, this patron, who I assume is no longer a patron, was completely and totally trying it, and I'm actually glad. I'm hoping that she has removed herself the way she said she was going to remove herself, because she was giving the most for no reason. And to me, the way that she was coming across, and when I say she, I mean he, the way this individual was coming across was just like the individual was unstable. And y'all know that I love coming here to communicate and to serve you your plate. It is an honor, in fact, a joy to come and be in the presence of the children. But what I'm not coming for is to be stressed out and to be sucked into drama that this individual is creating out of thin air. Now, I have all my receipts. Excuse me. My elastics make it difficult for me to talk when I'm trying to do this. But listen, I've been bad about wearing my elastics. So I said, girl, let me just go ahead and wear these damn elastics and stop making excuses. But having said that, now, I have all my receipts just in case this individual ever comes back and sees this table read girl. And maybe I should just block this person, because really, like I said, y'all know that I've walked away in the last few months, girl, thousands of dollars in sponsorships. So don't get me wrong. Let me be very clear. Every dollar counts. But for the headache and for the drama what this individual was bringing, girl, you can keep your 15, girl. You can keep it, because I'm not really pressed on this drama that you're creating. So make a long story short, this individual wrote me, and I didn't respond to her right away. And the next thing I know, she's like hitting me with these emails like, well, what have I ever done to you? You know, the way you're paying me is like I've done something horrible to you. And I'm looking at the email like, what the fuck? Like, at the end of the day, girl, you realize that I'm one person communicating with, at this point, 100 plus people, over 100 people. I'm running 2 YouTube channels plus the network here on Patreon. Like, if I don't get to you right away, like if you email me and it takes me a few days to a week to respond back to you, sometimes even longer depending, because sometimes I forget. And so then all you have to do at that point is just copy and paste it. Now, I won't take that no kind of way. But when you email me like it's a personal attack on you, it's like, okay, girl, a little bit, that was like the first red flag. But I was like, so I emailed the person, like, girl, you know it's all love. It's no shade. Like, girl, I'm thinking to myself, what reason would I have to shade you? You've done nothing to me. What it is, girl, I'm just a busy person, and I'm trying to keep up with the demand to make sure that your plate is on time. Now, do you want to actually receive the plate, or do you just want to talk about the plate? You know what I mean? So I'm sitting there like, girl, it's no shade. Like, it's all love. Like, I have no reason to shade you, boo. And so then this individual had recommended another website in terms of our live shows, because initially we were doing Google Hangouts, and then I think moved to Twitch, and then we tried a few other things. But this individual had recommended a website called Rabbit. Now, for those of you that remember, we tried Rabbit. First, we did a test run, and I was excited because I thought, oh my God, we finally found something that works for us. And I got excited too soon. And then we tried it again, and it turns out that it's only 25 girls that can go in. So even though it was better than Google Hangouts because more girls could come, there were still children that had their tickets, but there was no seating for them, even with Rabbit. So even though it was better than Google Hangouts with that, you know, with regards to that, it still did not accommodate, and it didn't accommodate our needs. So, you know, it is what it is. But the thing is, the individual that put us onto that, I was very appreciative. I was very communicative in the emails, and I was very appreciative publicly. I think I mentioned the individual in the table read during the live show. I thanked them numerous times. Like, y'all make sure you thank such and such, because they're the ones who found this website, and thank you so much for looking out. Except, like, I was very, like, appreciative and loving towards this person. So for them to then turn around and compare me to Dwight Eubanks is like, that's the part that really kind of floored me. If you really felt that I wasn't accommodating you, then just leave. I don't need notice. Like, if you really feel that bad, like you feel like I'm treating you badly, which is, to me, is like so far beyond the truth. But if that's how you feel, girl, you can go. But for her to email me, and it was just this whole thing, and I'm paraphrasing, but girl, make a long story short, she had compared me. He was like, oh, the way you're treating me, I feel like you're treating me the way Dwight Eubanks treated you. And I'm sitting there looking like, scrolling through the emails, like, did I miss something? All of the emails that I sent this person, it was all positive. It was all love. If you go through the emails, smiley faces, hearts, like it was no shade. And then publicly and privately, I gave you respect, and I thanked you for your effort. It just so happens that rabbit did not work out, girl, but why are you taking it so personal? But as I'm scrolling through the exchange, it's like, at what point did I disrespect you? So I'm emailing him back like, for you to, I said, to the best of my ability, I've tried to accommodate you. And I understand that I could be doing better. I realized that I could be better in terms of production, getting things out more efficiently. But bear in mind, first of all, I do have, I know I joke about that, but I do have ADHD, girl. Like, that's not a thing girl, I have paperwork, girl. And so I struggle with that, but I do the best that I can. A. B, I'm one person doing all of this. I do have people that I go to for counsel that, will give me their feedback in terms of, marketing and branding, etc. But when it's all said and done, all they're doing is talking about it. I actually have to do the actual work, which I'm not complaining about. But all I'm saying is, girl, bear with me and be patient. Now, I don't mind critiquing, you giving me feedback, because, for instance, when I was doing, I think we did a live show one time, and Mother Steph was like, yeah, girl, no shade. We do need to figure this out, because for the girls that aren't making it to the show, girl, I would feel some kind of way if I, had my ticket and girl, I didn't make it to the show. Now, guess what? Girls all love. I don't feel no kind of way at Steph for saying that, because she was right. And what she said was valid. So it wasn't shade. She was just saying what she felt. And it was very clear to me that it wasn't coming from a place of malice. It was love. Because at this point, I look at these girls like my extended family. And so this is the reason why when Ashley is doing her numbers, if Darby is doing his numbers, if Steph and Jasmine and this one and that one and all the children are coming through doing their numbers, for me, I want to celebrate that. So I'm just trying to figure out, if you are a true supporter of me, why wouldn't you go off of my actions? Go off of what I'm doing. Why wouldn't you first give me the benefit of the doubt? Why are you taking everything so personal when it's very clear that it's not personal? It's not about you personally. But he just took it to heart, y'all. Like, he was just like, I feel like you treat me like Dwight Eubanks. I thought you were this open-minded person who, that's the reason why I thought we were going to be a lot closer than we are. And I thought we were going to be friends and all this other stuff. And I'm just like, okay, first of all, I'm not going to say that I could never become like face-to-face friends with, my team. And when I say my team, I mean like my extended family here on Patreon. But the way you're carrying, you already eliminated that option. Because to me, you seem obsessive. And I don't know what you were expecting out of me, but the way you're coming at it is all wrong. And so now, if there were ever a chance, let's just say like with the adult summer camp that I want to do in the future, God willing, universe willing. Okay, in the future with my summer camp, girl, if this is how you're carrying now, girl, I don't know that I want you to know my exact location where I'm going to be so that you could be right there with me face to face. Because to me, you come across as unstable, like unbalanced. Because I'm telling y'all, if you go through the emails, our exchanges, at no point was there any shade. It was all love. It was very respectful on my end. And he's the one who is, all the things that he was saying towards, and it was a dissertation, girl, like I'll leave 4 pages on this thing. This bitch was giving me a page out of her diary, girl, like Alicia Keys. And it's like, girl, where are you getting all this from? Like, just because you emailed me on Tuesday and I responded on Thursday, girl, you took that as disrespect? And I'm telling her, I'm like, you realize that you're one of 100+ people on this platform, girl. Why are you, it seems to me like you think I'm supposed to devote all my time to you only. And the gag is, if you go through those emails, this one particular individual out of 100% got like 45% of my responses, because they were so like, oh my God, what did I do to you? What did I say? I never disrespected you. And I'm like, why are you acting like that? Chill out, my God. Because you doing the absolute motherfucking most. Do you know what I mean? Like, girl, you are doing the most. So what I want to say with regards to that is, I think she paid it, which is fine by me. But what I want to say is, this for me is pure love. I love coming here because this is the first time in my life that I have found a platform. Not only everything. And even as I'm talking about it, I'm trying to figure out where I want to start. From the audience, which would be you, from the compensation, from the tech support, and the fact how much they care about when I bring concerns that you guys bring to me to my Connect on the inside. He's on top of things. On top of things. They genuinely want to make sure that you guys are getting the most out of the platform. YouTube, and it's no shade. Well, it is what it is. But YouTube is only just now acknowledging me as a so-called talent on their platform. They're only just now trying to include me. And I don't want to make it seem like, because I guess better late than never. But my point is, Patreon from the beginning, from the jump off, even before I launched the platform, I had an Inside Connect who was telling, who I could go back and forth with, and what do you think about this? What do you think about that? And they worked with me from the beginning. They were accessible and made it possible for me to do what I'm doing here. So I love this platform. I love the work that I do, and I love entertaining you and thinking of new ways to serve you this plate. What spices and herbs can I give you? How do I want to slow cook it? Do I want to fry it? Do I want to saute it? Like, I love thinking of new ways to prepare your plate. You understand? And that to me is top priority. So for him to kind of come at it like I don't appreciate y'all and like I'm just kind of like cavalier about the whole thing is so beyond the truth. It's like, girl, are you serious? Of all the things that I do, this is top priority number one. So it's like I could go a few weeks to a month without posting on YouTube, but girl, on Patreon, you're getting new material all the time around the clock. Because I feel like everything is in place to where and then not only just that, but the girls on this platform, it's like, are so dope. Like, y'all are always emailing me personally, and sometimes the love is overwhelming, but in a good way, to where it's like, you feel appreciated. And when you're working a job and you're doing, because although this is creative, it still is work. This is my job. So for me, it's like, there's no better feeling than to go into your workplace and know that the people you're working for appreciate and acknowledge your work. They see it and they're like, girl, thank you for this plate. Thank you for this meal, girl. She was right on time. It was right on point. It makes you want to go harder for them. Like, they really appreciate this. Like, let me go harder. What can I do to make it better for them? So for me, it's like, to me, he was just coming so far out the left. I really didn't understand. And I'm like, and I said, well, if you feel like I feel like I've tried to accommodate you, but if you feel like I have not accommodated you, then you know what? If you need to leave, girl, I respect that. And then he wrote back, oh, well, I feel like I have not been accommodated at all. I feel like it's been complete and total disrespect. And it was just like so much. And again, I'm scrolling through the emails like, when did I disrespect you? When? Everything that I'm saying is smiley faces. He said I was being passive aggressive. And I'm like, you are the one being passive aggressive. Oh, well, I thought, I've been supporting you for years. And I thought, and I admired you for so long. And I thought you were going to be this way and that way. And I'm like, girl, but I've been nothing but respectful to you. Like, what did you think? Did you think I was going to text you my number or email you my number and my address? Like, I'm the part that I don't... And his thing was, he felt like because when he asked me about the playlist, because I didn't do it right away, or even up to this point, I really do need to do that. But see, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes things fall off. But why is he taking that like it's a personal attack for him? If it falls off, girl, it has nothing to do with you. It's because... just today, I have to set up the appointment for Felice and her heartworms, to make sure that she's cured, because we just finished giving her, the antibiotics that we had to do for her that's the last step. So it's been a long process, but I just had to do that today. Took her to the dog park, did this, did that. It's like I'm running errands. Not only do I have to run my stuff here on Patreon and on YouTube and my social media, but I also have a life outside of that. And so it's like, I do the best that I can, but just be patient with me and understand that it's one person having to maintain all of this. So for him to kind of just come at it the way that he did, it just made me feel like, okay, it's probably for the best that you go, because girl, at this point, you to me are coming across as like obsessive. You're disconnected from reality. You don't understand what's really going on. And you're taking everything personal and you're stressing me out on something that I have so much love for. I don't want to come to work and be stressed out like, oh my God, here I got another 2 to 3 emails from this bitch. Here we go with this drama that they're creating, where it's like, why are you creating drama where there is none? Like, you can go. So, for me, I love you guys. I don't want you guys to ever feel like I'm taking you for granted. I try to go out of my way to make sure that you guys know how much I appreciate and value you. But if there was any question in your mind, I love you. I appreciate you. I know that you made a choice to be here. And so I pray that this is never a conversation again that I have to have, because to me, I would much rather, or sooner, just go ahead on and tell you, listen, I love you down, but you can go. If that's how you really feel, like if you genuinely feel like I'm disrespecting you and you genuinely feel like I'm like taking you for granted, then you're right. You should go somewhere where you feel like your money and your dollar is being spent for something that is worthy of your money or of your time or whatever it is that you're presenting, girl. You should do that. If that's how you legitimately feel, then you should do that. But I'm not going to sit here in an email and be defending myself on some shit that as I'm scrolling through the email, I'm like, and for those of you that came to that show when we did the rabbit, y'all can recall, did I not throughout the show say, make sure y'all thank this person because he's the one who put us on? Like, it was all love. Where are you? And for you to, and the part that really threw me was that you compared me to Dwight Eubanks. He was so rude to me and he was so nasty towards me. He looked at me up and down like I wasn't good enough to be in his presence to speak to him and gonna ask me, who are you and who are you? Was just so nasty. Had me put out of the event. And you're gonna tell me that that's how I treated you? Are you crazy? Like, I actually did take offense to that because I've done nothing but try to accommodate this person. And this person, because they are so sensitive, you've gotten more of my time than any other person throughout these emails. Because most of the people on this platform, if not all, except with the exception of this person, understand that, okay, we have access to this person, but don't abuse it. Just because you have access to me does not mean you need to send me 50 emails. Or in a week's time, you want to have go back and forth personally through an email like that. Yes, you have access to me, but do not abuse your access where it's like, okay, because you're not the only girl emailing me with concerns or questions or ideas like, hey, what if we try this? People are always commenting and leaving their opinions and telling me, hey, you know what, we like this. What if you put that on it? So it's like, be considerate of the other girls on the platform and understand that you're not the only girl. And so that's all I wanted to say with regards to that. The other thing I want to say is a completely and totally different conversation, which is about YouTube, speaking of. So Miss YouTube had emailed me a while ago talking about they wanted to send me a gift. Now, I've been seeing on Instagram that a number of girls have been posting what I'm about to say. And I didn't because I just didn't. But anyway, she asked me through email like, oh, what's your address? Blah, 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 blah. And we have a gift for you. And they sent me the gift. I had some stuff come through Amazon that I had ordered. And then this box came. I'm like, the fuck is this? Did I order something and forgot about it? And it was that thing from YouTube. So when I got the box and I opened up the box, it was like a bunch of pins with my face on it. Like buttons and stuff with my face on it. Like a cartoon version of me. And to me, and then it was like, oh, give these to your fans. I don't know, you guys. To me, it just kind of felt... And maybe I'm overthinking it, and you know what? Sometimes I do overthink things. But to me, I put that in my closet and paid it. Now, if y'all ever express to me that you want one of those pins, then maybe we will give them out. But to me, it just feels like, girl, instead of you sending me all these pins, girl, why don't you send me some technology? You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all be, when they flew me out to LA for YouTube Black, it was like, oh, we want to invest in the talent. We want to do this, that, and the fourth with the talent. And every time they give you something, it's always shit that is neither here nor there. When I was in, California and the gift bag that they gave us, with the money that you spent for that, why not give me like a mini camera that I could do vlogs with? I don't need this duffel bag with the mini speaker and all this other stuff that is not going to contribute to me creating. You want to invest in the talent, then how about you actually invest in them, in their equipment and stuff like that? And maybe that's me being harsh, and maybe I'm wrong. But the way that I'm just being real with y'all because you're family, so I'm just telling you the truth. To me, I don't care about having buttons with my face on it. To me, you guys, let's have a contest so that you can get a button with my face on it. Like, I don't even know how that would work. Like, it just feels to me, it doesn't, in my spirit, it's not some shit that I would ever just willfully do. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, let's have a contest and people are like competing to win a button with my face on it. And maybe that's me thinking low of myself. I don't know. I don't think it's that in my mind, but maybe subconsciously it is, because it's like, why would people want a button with my face on it? Is how I kind of feel. But to me, it just feels like y'all could have sent me something that was more worth my time. And then they sent like something with like a lens or something that I don't even know what the fuck that is. Like, y'all went through all of this. Just send me like a small camera. It don't even gotta be nothing expensive, but just like something where I can vlog even. one of them like $80 cameras. With the money that it took you to do this, I'm sure you could have just got me one little camera. But instead you sending me buttons with my face on it. Like, YouTube, they be off base so often. Like, in the past, one time they did do something where they gave me years back, maybe like $1,000 to put towards equipment. Do that. Do stuff like that. But they don't do stuff like that. They only do stuff like that for people who are like their premium money earners. You know what I'm saying? Like, the people at the top. But I feel like y'all wasting my time sending me buttons with my face on it. I mean, it was flattering. It was kind of cool to see my face as a cartoon that way. But, I mean, what do y'all think? Am I wrong? Like, I just kind of felt like, to me, I don't even know how I would go about doing that. Like, how do you do it? Oh, you guys, hey, you know, we're doing a contest, and girl, we're going to be giving out buttons with my face on it. Like, it just feels very, like, ego-filled. I don't need that. You know what I want? Something that will allow me and put me in a better position to serve these plates the way they need to be served. I'm a little short-staffed, girl. So it would have been nice if I had a bitch in this kitchen with me and a sous chef or something, to the point to where it's like I don't have to do all the cooking and prepping and everything on my own. But instead, here it is, she already know I'm short staffed, and instead of her actually giving me some help, all she gave me, oh, hey girl, we love you down, and we want to invest in you, girl, so here are some additional plates. The issue is not the plate, boo. The issue is I'm short staffed. You have more plates, but you didn't give me no new ingredients, you didn't give me no help, you didn't give me nothing that is going to actually facilitate a situation where the plates are getting out to the children quicker. You didn't do nothing to it, and then that's another thing. They gave me a YouTube manager. But they call it that, but I don't see why, because at the end of the day, she didn't really actually do anything. Don't get me wrong, she did give me some good suggestions, some of which I have not used all her suggestions, so that's on me, so I will take responsibility there. But I do think that, to me, the stuff that they could be doing, they don't. Like, okay, you giving me a manager, and all she's telling me is, oh, well, thumbnails are important, tags are important, this is important, that's important. Really things that I already knew, but I'm just hearing it from somebody who works at YouTube. So she's not actually doing, because here's when I think manager or agent, I'm thinking a bitch that's going to help you get from point A to point B, who's not just talking about it, but who's emailing you like, hey girl, we have an event that's coming up. We'd like for you to come through and speak, to kind of get your face out there. So there's this gig, then there's that gig. Like, she didn't really tell me nothing I didn't already know. And although she gave some good suggestions, it's like at the core of it, I'm still doing all the work. YouTube is not actually providing me with any real assistance to where it's like, oh, we're going to take this off your hands. We're going to do this for you. Or, hey, here's what we're going to do. We're going to give you a gift card so that you can go on and buy Final Cut or Adobe Photoshop or something that's going to help you make the thumbnail. All they're doing is telling you what to do, but they're not actually providing you with the materials to do it. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like, to me, it just feels like, Instead of you just sitting here giving the girls consultations, girl, why don't you actually provide them with the tools they need to do the shit that you're telling them to do? Oh, if you want to be successful, this, that, and the fourth, lighting and backdrop and this, that, and the fourth. Well, why don't you give the girls a backdrop? Why don't you give them a gift card so that they can go to some of these websites so that they can buy the lighting, so that they can do that? Some of these girls don't have the coins to do it. Now, don't get me wrong, I have the coins to do it now, but at the time that she was telling me all that, I didn't. So it's like, I don't know. Sometimes I be feeling like that's the reason why I still love YouTube for what it provides at its core. Because really, even though this is the Patreon platform, I still utilize YouTube to create the plate and then serve it through Patreon. But in terms of how they conduct business, I feel like it's very, sometimes it can be very backwards to me. And the way that they could be handling business and the way that they could be making their money in terms of, really putting the children on, they don't, because I feel that if they feel you're not like a Tyler Oakley type, no shade to Tyler, but if you're not like somebody that they can predict from moment to moment what you're going to serve and how you're going to serve it, then I kind of feel like they don't really be wanting to go there with you, because it's like, this bitch right here be saying whatever he wants to say. And instead of them seeing the value in that, like, you know what, let's diversify and actually put people on here that have various opinions. And I'm not saying to be offensive per se, because I'm not saying bring a bitch on there that's just being a troll. But what I am saying is, if you see that there's a person that's kind of throwing some balance into a conversation where it's not right, left, or, too extreme or too watered down, Why wouldn't you want that on the platform? A bitch that's somewhere in the middle. Because most people, in my opinion, are in the middle. But in terms of the voices that you hear, the voices that are promoted the most or that have the most exposure are the extremists or the girls that are just safe. You don't really get too many of the girls that are like in the middle. You know what I'm saying? But, or not even the girls that are in the middle, but the girls that are actually giving you logical arguments. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, bitch, this is the conversation, and here's the reason why I feel this way. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. But I don't know, you guys. You know, I said all that to just say this. For me, the blessing in what I'm doing now is the fact that we don't have to wait for YouTube. I don't have to wait for YouTube to give me their blessing or permission to be great. At the end of the day, so long as I do the best that I can, you know, to serve you this plate, and as long as you walk out of my restaurant with your tummy full, then I feel like I'm on the right track. I'm doing the right thing and I'm doing something. But, you know, the power at the end of the day on this platform lies in the hands of the creator and the artist and the audience. With this, nobody can tell you, oh, if you want to support me and you guys want to get these additional materials, nobody can say, oh, well, girl, no, tell you how to spend your money. So it's a situation to where YouTube is not telling me month to month. Like, I'm not depending on them and hoping that, please give me better ads. Please put ads that are worth more on my account. Please do this, please do that. No, do what you want and I'll use that check for whatever I want to use that check for. But at the end of the day, you know, for me, I'm looking at it like, girl, I'm hustling and by the grace of the universe, girl, I'm making the money that I feel I'm worth. Do you know what I mean? I feel like I'm making the money that I feel that I'm worth. And I feel there really is no complaints. Like, I feel like I'm working a job, doing what I love. The people are fucking awesome. Like, I have, with the exception of that one encounter, I have no complaints. Like, I love coming here and getting your guys' thoughts, especially when we go live, when we do the live show, and I can really get you, like, on the spot and get your thoughts right there on the spot, and we start talking about all the random shit we be talking about. That's fun for me. It makes me feel good, like when people are at work and they're saying, girl, I'm listening to the podcast at work, girl, I'm watching the video at work, and I know that I'm giving you something like to kind of peel you away from the monotony and give you a reprieve from that. That makes me feel good. So I'm being compensated. I'm servicing the children. They got their plate. You know, it's like, girl, I don't have no complaints. Like, this to me is the best fucking platform out there, really. Because, like I said, when I have a concern, like there was an issue last month, I'm not going to go too deep into it, but they were so on top of it, right? And really, to the point to where I'm emailing them, and randomly, someone is calling my phone. Because he said, you know, girl, I could tell you better than I could email a girl. Let me just call you, and let's work this out. So that's the kind of people that they are. When it comes to YouTube, good luck getting somebody to call you from YouTube. Good luck really getting these bitches to respond to you when some shit goes to the motherfucking left. They don't care. Like, I feel like when some shit goes to the left, then you be emailing them, and then it'll be a few months to a year before they even get back to you. You know what I'm saying? In particular, now I understand that they have millions of girls on that platform, but when you're a bitch where you're actually bringing in some numbers and they know your name, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to make it seem like I'm all that in a bag of chips, because there are girls that have bigger numbers than me, but I'm just saying, yeah, I know my name. You're flying me out here. You want me to be a part of this event. So I'm clearly on your radar. You know what I'm saying? When I have to go through all these channels, if I'm having issues or a discrepancy has taken place, whatever, to me, they don't put a premium on that. They feel like, girl, it is what it is. Take it for what it's worth. It is what it is. And to be clear, I don't think the platform as a whole is bad. I just think that their value. This tooth feels weird. That means it's moving. With these elastics in as I'm talking to y'all, this shit is like actually kind of in pain. I need to take a Tylenol. Because like as I'm talking to y'all, I can feel let me tell you what it feels like right now. It feels like this top jaw, the top teeth, are not only are they pushing forward, but it feels like they're pushing out. So it feels like, let's just say this is my top jaw. It feels like they're doing this. So they're pushing forward and out. And it just feels interesting. Because I can feel it happening. In particular when I move as I'm talking and the rubber bands are pulling. But anyway. So that's what it is. Like, I just feel like I am so grateful and so appreciative. And you all mean the world to me. this whole platform has changed my life. And I just feel like I'm thankful, I'm appreciative, and I look forward to seeing where it goes. And I'm going to hustle to get 1,000 patrons. I am. I'm going to hustle because I want to do this summer camp. This adult summer camp, like I told you, you need to be 20. Like, if let's just say you're 18 right now. In my mind, I feel like we're going to be doing this annually. Once I hit 1,000 patrons, girl, we're going to be doing this annually. So don't fret. If in fact, you're 18 and you can't make it to the event, don't worry about it. We're going to be doing it annually. But you need to be 21 because we're going to have cocktails there. And for those of you that smoke, we are going to have marijuana. So by then, maybe it'll be legal. Because I imagine I'll hit 1,000 patrons by 31. So by the time I turn 31, I feel like we'll have 1,000 patrons. So it's in the distance, but I'm hustling. I see the finish line, and I know the potential, and I feel like we're growing. I feel like we're growing at a good pace. You know what I'm saying? It's not because I don't want inflation. I feel like when you grow the way that I'm growing on this platform, when you see the numbers grow, I feel like they make sense. In a month's time, if you get between I'd say 25 to 60 girls, that's a nice number. If you were to get every month, let's just say 100 to 200 people, that sounds good, but I feel like those are people who are not, it's like, I'm trying to describe, here's a way for me to describe it. Think about the McDonald's video when I did the McDonald's video. That video blew up, right? And then for a period there, you had all the videos that I did after that, and even before that, that kind of got a lot of hits overnight. But that's what you call inflation. Of that, let's just say, I'm just trying to, I don't, you guys know I'm not a mathematician, but I'm just going to throw out a random number. Let's just say you went from 10,000 to 100,000 subscribers overnight. So Scarlett Takes a Tumble. That's a good example. That bitch blew up overnight. And then that video went viral, right? So then when she came back around and did that second video where which was random to me, she was like telling people the history behind the table and like, girl, she was really trying to stress those 15 minutes out. But my point was you went from a 30 million hit or maybe even more than that. Let's just say 100 million hits on that one video, Scarlett Takes a Tumble, to like 30,000 on the very next video. Why is that? Because the girls that are watching, it's inflation. Those are not like real supporters of your work. Those are girls that some kind of way, they found out about you and then they wanted to see what it was about. They tuned in and then they checked out. I don't want girls that are just going to tune in and check out. I want girls that are going to be return customers that are going to continue to come and not just come to get their play, but also to participate and be a part of the community. Come to the live shows, comment, and give me your feedback. I love seeing the comments. I may not respond to all of them. I try to like all of them, but I see every single comment. And when I see you guys partaking, that makes me feel like, okay, this is a person that's involved. And it makes me hustle harder to figure out how I can make it better for you. So for me, I'm okay with it taking me a few years to get to 1,000 patrons. I'm fine with that because that means when I get there, that the girls that are there. Like, they're not just like, oh, girl, I'm here 1 month and then I'm gone the next. No, those are girls that are going to be there for the long haul. So for me, those are the girls that I want. And those are the girls that I'm trying to attract onto this platform. So, that's all I really want to come and say is those two, bring the appetizer and then the meal, the main course. And then I want to serve you with a little bit of dessert. You know how I do, girl. If I'm not going to give it to you the right way, if I'm not going to give it to you right, I won't give it to you at all. Like, if I'm not going to give it to you right, girl, I'm not going to give it to you at all. So, having said that, I'm going to work on doing this gameplay. I have a podcast that I recorded, but I don't think I want to release her, girl, because I was half asleep while I was doing it, because I was shooting videos and doing a lot of stuff. I did the main channel video and then this and then that. And then I think by the time I got to the podcast, girl, I was drained. Plus it was late night / early morning. And I felt like I wasn't really as intense as I really wanted to be about the topics because I didn't want to wake my neighbor. So I'll see how I feel about the topics now. And if I want to add some more to the conversation, then I will. But you have a gameplay to look forward to, a podcast, and then of course the live show. But having said that, I love you down. You guys mean the world to me. You already know the drill. Via Blangelita Galisan, the best will always come through. And as always, until next time, baby, that's all there is.